So, if you guys miss it here, I am also live on YouTube right now. And I'm going to move this over slightly so I can see both at the same time. Because I'm not sure what's up with the internet tonight, but this is kind of ridiculous at this point. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I actually don't do runes or bones this evening, but I suppose I could do bones. Should we do bones? My bones have decided to vacate. My bones have decided to vacate. I do have my Celtic cards, though. And the amazing Norse deck that y'all love so much. There you guys are. Yeah, for a little bit, though, finally, y'all weren't showing. I don't know what's going on tonight. Thank you, guys. Let's see here. I did have a little kit right here. Oh, I do. If you guys are looking for a bone set, I have them on my website. Just saying. Just saying. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do something interesting this evening. Just because the internet wants to be all funky. I do have a few on my prepaid list. And, yeah. I'll put my sign up. I will tell you guys, once I put my sign up, my list fills up really, really quickly. So you have to be patient. If you get on the list, it will take me a couple hours to work through you guys, but I will work through all of you. And since it is dual on YouTube, y'all don't have to worry about me uploading it because it will already be there. If you guys are having problems on TikTok with this, whatever this crap is that it's doing, I am live on YouTube both at the same time. So please feel free to join me there too. Okay. I almost wore my blue contact tonight and my fangs, but I decided, well, I actually ran out of time. So it wasn't that I decided shit. So yeah. So tonight will be a little different. I will draw a card and then I will pull a couple bones instead of just bones or just cards. How about that? Yeah. I was going to center, but there's a reason I felt the need to do tears rune everywhere. Apparently we're going to be fighting the internet tonight. Yeah. Yeah. So, but ready, set, go, I guess. Ready, set, go. I do want to mention to you guys that my mods have a few codes. So it is March Madness. So if you guys would like to order anything from my site as far as a bone kit, I don't have all my little individual bones on there. They are all ethically sourced, guys. Or some spell speaking lip balm, some flying dream oil, some blue raven tea for some shamanic traveling. The code is just March Madness. It's all capitals, all one word, 20% off everything. I also wanted to tell you guys that as I'm traveling this year, like physically going to places, I do have shamanic retreats. I will totally turn my sound down. Sorry about that. So I have scheduled shamanic retreats at every city that I'm doing an event at. So Seattle, Vegas, Austin. I have a full weekend retreat in Dallas. It's up on my website. This is an intensive weekend of pretty much spiritual shamanic boot camp. You get to spend the whole weekend with me. I also just spoke to the Victor Hotel in Colorado, and I am working out a time to have a whole floor of the hotel rented out for a shamanic retreat. This will probably be in July or August. I'm narrowing down the dates. So just saying, if you guys would like to be a part of that, the tickets are for sale. They will fill up quickly. My Dallas retreat already has half the spots sold. So if you guys would like to be a part of that, it's a 3-day weekend. Well, Friday through Sunday. Better get your spot now. So, yeah. But for the other events that I'm doing, which is just an evening event. So before Chicago, before Vegas, before Seattle, before Austin, I will be doing just an in-person evening event from 8 to midnight. You guys get to do a little traveling with me, a little soul retrieval. Yeah. So, all right. So my first person on here is Veronica. And is it Coloric? Did I say it right or did I murder it? If you guys do want to sign up for the weekend events, because they are all inclusive, it includes your room and board, it includes food, all of that. I do bill you through PayPal where you can pay it as you go. Like you don't have to put it all down at one point. You just have to put 30% down to hold your spot. But yeah, I understand that sometimes you want to go to something and you're like, fuck, I can't afford all of that right now, but I can afford it. If that makes sense. Didn't make sense to me when I said it. Never mind. All right. So Miss Veronica, are you ready? So I have Veronica, Lorianne Brown, Karen Wood, and Miss Christine. Oh, don't you just love that? There's Tear right there. Gotcha. All right. So I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. So if you guys order a bone kit from me, I don't know if you saw what I threw right here, but there are different things. Let me turn this down a little bit. In my bone kit, it's not just bones. There are ribbons. There are all kinds of things. So, Miss Veronica, you ready? So you have transformation. And let me point this down slightly so you can see. You also have wood. You have a star anise. You have a shell. And you have silver, blue, and green. So, with this is a really, really intense spiritual transformation you're going through right now. There is a lot of healing. There is a lot of inner peace. There is a lot of trust. There is a lot of loyalty here. And I say that kind of with a sigh because as I'm seeing these with the silver pointing up to the star anise and so on, that's a lot of spiritual protection that you need to put in place. The seashell is also connecting to water, being able to go with the flow, being able to do what you need to do to go forward. The wood is also grounding. So as you're going through this really intense spiritual transformation, you have got to put your spiritual protections in place. Spiritual protections, guys, aren't always like, oh, make yourself a jar or whatever. It's literally centering yourself, grounding yourself, being able to go with the flow and being able to pay attention to everything, because the underlying theme here is that there is something attacking that spiritual transformation. And attacking is a strong word, but it's the only thing I could think of. Well, actually, I don't think it's a strong word. There is, guys, when you go through a spiritual transformation, you are always, always going to have people that come up against you, whether they're people that are currently in your life or that will come into your life that are, got it, thank you, April, that are not working in your best interest. Let me do it that way. There we go. They're not working in your best interest. So what they're doing is they're put there to stop you. Some of us, unfortunately, let it happen. I let mine happen for way too long. it holds back your spiritual transformation. So you're going to have to make sure that you put your spiritual protections in place and that you're super grounded to who you are and where you're going. Because if you don't, it is going to knock you off this transformation. So does that make sense? You have got to be loyal to you. You've got to be loyal to you. And I just want to say this, guys. There is still oil pastel all over my desk from last night. That's not what I wanted to say. But I do want to say, guys, that when you are walking your spiritual path, not everybody is supposed to go with you. Not everybody is meant to be on your spiritual path with you. You will have people come and go. Not everybody is supposed to be there the whole time. It's your spiritual path. You have to be loyal to yourself spiritually. So, Miss Veronica, put all of your protections in place. All of them. All of them. So, yeah. And move this back slightly now. Thank you, guys. I redid the hair today, so it's nice and bright. So did that make sense, Miss Veronica? Miss Lorianne Brown, where are you at, sugar? So if you guys sent your payment in, just know that my mods are on it. They will get you a list. They will get a list. Well, they will get me a list. And then that is too many. Thank you, Lorianne. They will get you guys a number. And so that way you kind of have an idea of when your reading will be coming up. But like I said, I am dueling on YouTube tonight. So thank you. So if you guys fall asleep and miss it, I will read you and then know that it will be available on YouTube. So you guys will be able to go through and figure out what's going on. So, ready, Lorianne? Gotcha. I don't know if it's just that you need confirmation that you're doing the right thing or not, but it's really interesting. So you have ambition and collaboration upside down. Then you have the white ribbon. You have the silver ribbon. And you also have the pine cone. The pine cone, guys, represents enlightenment. It represents the eternal wheel. It's immortality. So I love pine cones. Silver is very feminine. It's very spiritual. It's very tied to the moon. It's spiritual protection. White is purification. It's learning. It's moving forward. So there is ska. So there is something right now that has got your ambition and your collaboration kind of hit. It's like almost a creative wall. You kind of hit this wall. There is something that you need to purify and you need to reconnect. And what's funny is when I say reconnect, I don't feel like you've completely lost. Does that make sense? I feel like what's happened is you've hit like a creative block. Something has you just hit this wall. But the thing is, the wall is literally made of like cardboard. So it won't take you much to get through it at all. So whatever it is that's kind of held you up today, yesterday, etc., and moving forward with your plans, your ambition, and going forward, just know that there's something that needs to be purified. And I have a feeling it's probably your own noggin up here that needs to be told to shut up. I know that's usually the case for me. It's something that I need to purify, and it's usually something in my own head that's like, blah, 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 not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Thanks, anxiety. So, does that make sense, Miss Lori? Miss Lorianne? So, yeah. I'm waiting to see comments when they pop up here. Make sure I'm putting my deck in the right order. So my lipstick, guys, is actually two different things. It is a lip liner and then a lipstick on top of it. So the lip liner is from Sally's Beauty Supply. It's blackberry. And the lipstick itself is like a really soft metallic baby pink. So absolutely 90s. All right, Miss Karen Wood. So I see some of you guys on YouTube that are mentioning that the lag is crazy. All right, Miss Karen, you ready? Thank you, guys. I'm glad that you liked the makeup this evening. I wasn't sure how I was gonna like the this, but I kind of dig it. My one last week was my favorite so far. That was my favorite. So, all right, girl. So, okay, you have the advisor and counsel card. Then you also have the black ribbon, the red ribbon. Looks orange in the dark, but it's red. And the pine cone as well. So, so this is interesting because I feel like this is a twofold situation. You're actively seeking out an advisor, a mentor, a counsel, like someone to help you along your path. In doing this, though, it's like you've found a few people that haven't quite been what you've thought they were. I don't think it's quite what they said they were. It's you thought they were going to be this and they haven't been. So I feel like a lot of frustration with this. It's almost like you aren't sure what you want to do or who you want to talk to or whatever. So the black ribbon there is all about protection. Before you seek out anybody else to talk to in regards to your path. And let me say this, as far as the anybody goes, this includes peers, this includes mentors, this includes people that have been teaching, learning, just anybody. It also includes deities. It also includes spirit guides. Okay, guys, not all spirit guides have your best interest in mind. How somebody is in life is usually how they are when they pass away. The soul doesn't stray far from the attitude, trust me. So, thank you for the roses, Ashley love. So, the red there is also some caution and some apprehension and moving forward. So be careful who you're allowing into your spiritual space. The pine cone there for you is enlightenment. So once you protect yourself and once you are firmly paying attention to who and what is in your spiritual space, that's when the enlightenment will come. I have a feeling that yours isn't so much a physical person that you need to be not paying attention to, be wary of, let me say it that way, because I think that the people you're finding they know their shit. It's not that they don't know their shit, physical people. It's just you haven't found the one that resonates with you in here yet. Like, this is who I need to be learning from. And I think some of that is because you need to put protections in place first before you step onto your path more. I'm kind of curious because it's like I keep getting pulled toward the spirit guide, towards the spiritual counsel. So what I'm curious is if you've kind of been flip-flopping back and forth with some stuff lately. because an asshole spirit guide will make you do that. They'll make you flip flop. And it's like you don't get anywhere. So I'm just kind of curious. I'm just kind of curious on that. If you've had that flip flop back and forth there. Awesome. Thank you, April. Flip flop with where you want to go forward, with what path you want to take, what it is you want to learn, what you want to do spiritually. And everybody, when you start delving down your spiritual path, everybody wants to learn everything. It's like, oh my God, there's so much. And it's like you get ADHD, spiritual ADHD, and you're everywhere. But with this is like you're delving down this path, and then suddenly it's like way over here. And then it's way over here. And then it's way over here. It's just like that. Like that. So it's, it can get really, really tough. It can get really, really tough with the flip-flop. The way to recognize a spirit guide that's not working in your best interest, guys, is it's like you have that little devil on your shoulder, but he's not quite devil. It's more... Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand that completely, Karen. I do, really. So, and that's the other thing. It can be really, really hard. It can be really hard to purge all of the things that you've been taught and you've learned your whole life. So yeah. So one of the things is that, with a spirit guide, if they're not working in your best interest, it's like you self-sabotage for no reason. Even when you look back, you're like, why the fuck did I do that? It's out of the ordinary to flip-flop. You know what I mean? Like to be pulled in a certain way. It's pretty obvious when you've got something going on that makes you pull one way or the other. And then you go, don't know why I did that at all. So if you're having that problem, and this is for any of you guys with this kind of spirit guides, you can tell them to shut the fuck up. Like you literally can. You can block them out. So, I mean, it is what it is. Spirit guides are spirit guides because they have to learn a lesson too. So yeah. Did that make sense? That make better sense? Or I guess I should say that make better sense. So, but put your protections in place. Put your protections in place, because I see some frustration, feel some frustration with that. But this makes me happy because this for you is enlightenment on your path. And what I feel like is going to happen is when you put these protections in place, it's very quickly going to turn into, boom, here's your path. If that makes sense. Like a rocket forward on your path. So. Woo. All right, Miss Christine. You're just throwing cards at me. Let me get back to my other list here. There we go. All right. You're welcome. So my favorite mentor was a personal one of mine named Shrey. So yeah. Yeah, send me a new list. All right. So Miss Christine. Just making sure I didn't skip anybody already. All right, Miss Christine, you ready? Thank you for the gifts, love. Okay, so you have suspense behind the mask. And then you have navigation. Then you have the star anise, which is spiritual protection. You also have the silver ribbon. And then you have the green ribbon down here below. So this tells me that as you're going forward on your path, You've got a part of you that you are really, really protecting. This is, I have a feeling, some trauma that I don't feel like you're ready to uncover all of it yet. Because with uncovering all of it, it means that you have to actively unpack it. And I don't think that you're quite ready for that yet. You will be, but you're not at this very moment in time. So in moving forward, the time's going to come when it's like, you know, the door is open to deal with this trauma, with this right here. You're going to have to make sure you have your spiritual protections in place hardcore when you do, because this door, when it opens, is going to, it's not quite a floodgate, but it is in a way. You're going to have to really be ready for it. And the thing is, you're also going to have to kind of keep it under wraps a little bit, because it's going to come out in really, really interesting ways. So that's why you're going to have to make sure that your spiritual protections are really hardcore in place, and that you're really paying attention to how loud your face is. Let me say it that way, how loud your face is. Because when this comes out, it's going to be something that you realize there is so much that triggers you like this. So you're going to have to be really, really careful. I have a feeling this is kind of confirmation to something you already knew was coming. And it's also a guidance, as in, okay, this is going to come. You know it's coming. It's like a warning. You know what I mean? Like 10-minute warning, something like that. So that way you can be prepared. You can be prepared. I'm glad that makes sense. So I've realized lately that my face is too loud. So, yeah. Yes. And I will probably start doing this from now on. I'll get my lighting a little better. This was impromptu on YouTube here because TikTok is, I don't know what TikTok is doing now. Now that I put YouTube up, TikTok's like, oh, just kidding. We're great. So yeah, I'm glad this made sense, love. And I'm glad that it's kind of it's something you understand. So you can kind of heed that warning a little bit. So, all right. Miss Westerhoff, are you ready? And I know that you sent me a message the other day, Angela, and I haven't got to it yet. So know that I got it. Guys, if you've sent messages to the website, know that they've been received and we're working through them. We have gotten bombarded since we came home from Atlanta, and I love all of you. Like, you have no idea. So yes, we have been reading all of them. We're working through them. So I tried to tell April to take the weekend off, and I was going to take a few days off, but I don't think that's going to happen. So here we are. All right, you ready? Okay, so that has been coming up a lot. Guys, if you get a message from me on TikTok, no, it's not me. There are too many imposter accounts right now. I think there are 9 or 10 of me out there right now. The only accounts that I have are this one, the Blue Bodhi, and the Blue Bodhi 2, and it's spelled TOO, not the number, like the Blue Bodhi also. Those are my only 2 accounts. So if you guys have gotten any messages from me, know that it's not me. Like, I barely have time to read my own personal text messages from people, much less actively go through TikTok. I don't even look at my TikTok messages, guys, for the most part. There are so many. And TikTok makes it really hard. Like, I can't message you unless I'm a friend. So yeah, just know that that is a scammer. Please report them. Please report them. And if you have other creators that you follow on TikTok or Instagram, that's what I was just saying, Instagram too, they don't do anything. They don't do anything. There are so many creators that have imposter accounts out there, and yeah. I only have one Instagram account, and it's the Blue Bodie. So yeah, they take our faces, they take our videos, they take our pictures, everything. And even though we report them and we report them for copyright infringement, they don't do a damn thing to them. So yeah. But just know that me or any other respectable reader will never message you and say, hey, let me give you a reading. That's not the way that we work. So yeah. All right. I saw you, April. All right, Miss Angela, as I've had all your goodies sitting here. So you have creativity and artistic struggle. Thank you, Miss Lori. The campfire is perfect with the lighting. And then you have loyalty. They are your colors too. Then you have red, you have blue, and you have silver. And I left the shell where it fell because it fell on top of the silver. And I left it. I was going to move it, and I left it. So okay. I see why there are two cards. I know that you have a decision that you're working on. You are what's funny is I think you've already made the decision, but you're still struggling with it. I don't feel like it's that you need to make the decision. I feel like you've already made the decision and you're struggling with the decision still. But you're not the person to back down when you say you're going to do something. The red there on top tells me that there is still some anger. There's still some anger, and the anger is pushing you to action, but and not bad. Like, don't take it that way. The anger is pushing you to move forward, but that wall is still there. That's the blue. The blue is also this loyalty. And I know that it's loyalty for your son. So that's partially where this comes in. The spiritual aspect, the connectivity, the being the nurturing parent, and going with the flow of things. So just know that, thank you, love. Just know that in going with the flow and allowing things to happen, that's exactly what is the best thing for this loyalty and this protection right here, is just letting things happen the way they need to happen. The struggle and the anger are still going to be there for a little bit. There's just things that you are going to have to work through. I'm just going to let you know that the other side of this, the other side of the struggle that you're still having the struggle with, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there because of that loyalty and because of that wall that you have. So just know that it's always going to be there. So now they're moving back. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm glad that he's moving back closer with you, but I'm sorry about all that. So I will answer your email tomorrow, I promise. 3 days. Wow. Okay. I understand the anger now. I understand the anger. I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry. So April, will you remind me to message Angela tomorrow? So all righty. Jennifer McCarty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, love. You're welcome. So, guys, if you come to see me at any of the events, just know, and Angela and Travis can tell you that I will hug your neck really hardcore. I'm a hugger. It'll happen. All right. So, we ready? I had a good day, CJ. It just got away from me. And all of a sudden I was like, it's almost 8. Shit. Okay. So, all right. Miss Jennifer. Okay. That's funny. Because I shook the bag, I moved it, everything. All right. So, you have disorder. And then this is why I said this is funny. You have the red and the blue, and they came out together right here. And then you have the silver and the shell. That's why I was like, I moved the bag around. I swirled my hand in there. Like, I always shake it a little bit. You know what I mean? So I find it funny that those are the exact same ones that came from that one. Like, I almost put them back and redrew, and I was like, don't do that, because that's not the way it works. So with the disorder card being first, I'm working on coming up towards New England, guys. I haven't solidified anything yet, but I am working on coming that way. So with the disorder card here first, and then the red and the blue up here. You have really had to go with the flow way too much lately. Because of having to go with the flow way too much, this spiritual protection that should be up and down is sideways. So you're it's almost like you're at an impasse, but it's a swift flowing impasse. So it's almost like in this impasse, it's just this crazy circle, this whirlpool that keeps you going around and around and around. So you're going with the flow, but you're not getting anywhere. So it's getting to the point where it's starting to make you more than a little angry, frustrated, irritated, all of it. But at the same time, you feel like you're stuck. The thing is, you're actually not stuck. You're kind of in the lost, in the void right now. But you've been there too long. So that's kind of what this is. It is confirmation that, yeah, that's what's going on, but you've been there too long. All you have to do at this point is put your feet down. You can touch the bottom. All you have to do is put your feet down in the pool and stop the whirlpool. Thank you, Atlas. When you stop the whirlpool and you stop going with the flow and you plant your feet and you put this protection in place right here and this wall, yeah, that disorder will stop. The stalemate will stop, and you will be able to, it's almost like parting the waters. Like, you will be able to see the way forward. My hands are glowing again. So that's funny. So did that make sense, Jennifer? Thank you for the roses, guys. So, you know, when you're a little kid and you have like you almost feel like you can't touch the bottom, and so you just kind of have to ride the waves or whatever is going on. That's how you feel, except you can put your feet down and touch the bottom. Yeah. You can literally put your feet down and say, I'm done. I'm done. See, now I want to watch my hands. Y'all are making it to where I want to watch my hands and not the cars. But put your feet down. Put your feet down. Once you do, it's like that's the water stops and you can see the way to go forward. So, yeah. Right now, going with the flow is only taking you in circles. So nothing is going forward. It's just doing this. So, yeah. So, absolutely put your feet down, love. I've got to get me a good Viking cup for Fridays. Right? Give me a good Viking cup. Just put your feet down, girl. Stuck on hand watch. All right. Ooh, let me see if I can say this name correctly. Oh, wait. I totally forgot Andrea. So let's do Andrea. And then we'll move forward. Sorry. Everybody send their love to Nikki. She is finally home from the hospital. Miss Andrea, please forgive me. Are you ready? See, I turn the bag, shake it all around. Try not to grab too much at one time. Okay. Okay. All right, Miss Andrea, ready? Shay, I see you in your blue hair right there. You're my next one, so don't go too far. All right. So, Andrea, you have Tyr, my buddy this evening, apparently. This is conflict and justice. Not injustice, but and justice. I guess I should clarify with my Oklahoman there. Then you also have the star anise. You have a blue ribbon, and you have the pine cone. So, what this tells me, that's weird. My arm looked pink way down there like that. I think it's my light. I forgot I have it on pink and blue. Yeah, that's what it is. I was like, why is my arm pink? Sorry, shiny. So with this, I don't feel like it's as much conflict as it is justice. Because the star anise and the pine cone are flanking the blue ribbon right there. The blue is loyalty. It's calm. It is a little bit of being cold. It's being protective of yourself. So whatever this conflict was, it's something that ended a while back. But with ending a while back, it's like you've been waiting on karma. You've been firmly waiting on karma. Is it still freezing? This is why I turned it on YouTube up here. You've been firmly waiting on karma, and karma is about to come around. But the thing is, the way that this karma is going to happen, it's not going to be as much as this person. It's almost disproportionate. You're going to feel like the karma is disproportionate. And in that, you're going to realize a lot of different things. There's going to be a lot of, they really are. Okay. There's going to be a lot of enlightenment that's going to hit you. So it's like, as this person gets their karma and you're like, oh my God, it's disproportionate. Like, they don't deserve all of that. You're going to realize that there's a lot of things spiritually. There's a lot of things spiritually that you haven't quite understood that's been going on. So it's going to be some interesting lessons for you spiritually. It's more like epiphanies that hit you. Wow, they even do, look at even That's kind of cool. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. So, yeah. Well, what's funny is I have a feeling this is going to be in the next month or two. It's going to be in the next month or two. So, yeah. And by the way, guys, the apothecary is up on the site. So we are still adding stuff to it, but for the most part, the majority of it is up there. We do have lotus on there. We do have some Mexican dreamweed on there. Mexican dream herb, excuse me. So, but Andrea, this is going to be something that you're going to learn a lot of lessons from for you. It's a lot of epiphanies for you. So just know that you are going to want to get involved. Don't. Because even though you're like, they're finally getting what they deserve, it's disproportionate. You're going to feel like it's disproportionate, not because you don't know the whole story of why they're getting this disproportionate justice. So, yeah, don't get involved. And it's going to be really hard for you. I'm letting you know right now. It's going to be really hard. Thank you for the gifts, guys. So, a Norse tarot deck. That one, I don't know, love. So as far as tarot goes, they're all the same. So if you learn one tarot deck, you can pick up any tarot deck and read with it. It's just interpreting the art. Oracle decks, I'm sure there are some good Norse ones out there. This one here is kind of an interesting, it is and it isn't an Oracle deck. So yeah. Yeah, just sip your tea. All right, Shay, really? I am going to murder your name, so I'm just going to call you Shay. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. Is it Shalisa? Is that what it is? Okay. I'm not. Look here. I will knock you. Shay's your nickname. That's funny. I love the blue hair. Of course. All right. So here's what I would say if you're wanting to look for a Norse deck. Amazon has a massive selection. So I would go on there. I would put Norse tarot decks or Norse oracle decks, whatever. And then I would find the one that really speaks to you. So yeah. I did get Jennifer. I did Jennifer before I did Andrea because I'm a terrible reader. So, all right. So you can't make this shit up. Just saying. I am going to move this and then I'm going to put it right back. You also have Tyr, the Conflict, Counsel, and Justice card. And then you have the Star Anise fall on top of it. Then you also have the shell and you have the pine cone. I'm going to move it back over here so you can see. So the fact that the Star Anise is on top of Tyr's card, that this right here signals a conflict. But with this conflict, you already have a massive amount of spiritual protection in place, and I don't even think you know it. I don't even think you realize that you do. Because with this spiritual protection, like it's literally, it fell on top of the card, and I threw them over here. And that thing doesn't bounce very well. So it went on top of that card. And I did pay attention to all the cards that kept flinging out over and over. And that's why I was like, okay. So the spiritual protection that's in place right now is keeping you. It's like this buffer between you and this conflict. And what's funny is I don't think the conflict is directly you and another person. It's a conflict that's trying to swoop you into it. So I don't know if it's like a family conflict, if it's friend, whatever, work, but it's like it's trying to do this and swoop you in. But there's this interesting little bubble around you that's keeping it over there. That's keeping it over there. because you have a couple of things here. First, John, ready? Oh, there we go. The reason that you have this bubble here, the reason that it's keeping you from this conflict is because you have a set path you're supposed to walk. There is a specific enlightenment that you are supposed to find in this life. And your soul is really stubborn, and it's really, really stubborn right now. And so part of it, you're like, I am not even I'm not going to do that. You are just sitting there going with the flow and paying attention to you and knowing that you have a different path to walk than whatever the fuck's going on over here. And I have a feeling this right here was confirmation, because part of you is like, maybe I should get involved. Maybe I should say something. Maybe I should do something or whatever. This is your confirmation that no, you're being protected from it for a reason. So I'm glad that made sense. Yeah, you're being protected from it for a reason. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. And literally, it's like they're just trying to swoop you in there. If you get caught up in it, this is exactly what I was talking about a while ago. If you get caught up in it, it will pull you off your path. That's partially why you're being protected. You have a massive amount of really insane spiritual protection in place right now. So hold on to that. Hold on to that spiritual protection. Let them stay their drama over there. You stay on your path, go with the flow, and work towards your enlightenment that you need. You're very welcome, love. And I'm glad you got this confirmation. So, all right. Let me see here. There we go. All right. So, Miss Leanne, how are you, love? Good. I'm so glad. Ooh, okay. I'm glad. It's always nice when I can make somebody tingle or whatever. Hi, guys. I'm happy to see all you guys on YouTube joining me there. Well, okay. I like that when I turned the bright light off and it got very ominous, the music got ominous, and I'm like, yeah, it makes me feel really, really witchy, and I like it. Just saying. It fits. Makes me happy. Okay. So you have the hospitality and abundance card kind of whopper jawed like this. It is upside down. So this tells me it's going like that. Then you have the white ribbon. Let me move these back. You have the white ribbon and the red ribbon, and they're kind of like that. Then you have the star anise over here by itself. So, ooh. Part of this is confirmation, and part of it is what you need to do to get out of the situation. Here's the confirmation part. The confirmation part is, yes, something is holding you back from abundance and moving forward right now. It's holding you back from being swept up in the current that you need to be to go on about your path. And what's funny is I don't think it's a person. It just is. It's not one specific person. It's not one specific event. It's not one specific way of thinking. It's just kind of everything, if that makes sense. The white ribbon under the red over here. This is what has to happen for you to get out from under this. There are things you need to purify, but until you reach this anger point, you're not ready to purify them. You have to finally reach the point where you're fed up and you're angry at this situation of not having that abundance that you want. That's what gives you the motivation to purify and to cleanse and to get the things out that need to be erased. And some of these are are habits, they're ways of being, they're ways of thinking, they're things that you do. It's like stuff with you, if that makes sense. Okay, gotcha. So that goes right along with what I was saying here. So here's the thing as well. Like the confirmation, what has to happen. And then this right here is kind of encouragement. Let me say it that way. You have the star anise over here, which is spiritual protection. When you finally reach the point of being angry enough to change it, just know that you are amazingly protected going forward. So purify everything that you need to be. Yeah. Purify everything that you need to purify. So yeah. You're protected in doing it. So don't be worried about that part. Thank you for all the gifts, guys. You guys are so sweet. I'm glad you sent me donuts on here since I can't really eat donuts anymore. I'm so glad. It always makes me feel better whenever you guys know what I'm saying. I keep itching this side of my face thinking it's this side, so that's why I'm like, there's no makeup there. Well, it is what it is. All right, Miss Claudine, you ready? Aw, that was me. I saw your comment and I was like, oh, I hope it was an okay cry, a good cry. Yes. All right, here we go. I don't know what this is. I have one hair. It's driving me up the wall. Like I can see it. It's driving me up the wall. My hair kind of has a mind of its own tonight. It is what it is. Well, all right then. So you have judgment and final decision, and it is whopper jawed like this, okay? Let me put these back because you had the pine cone come out on top of it, and then red, and then the silver up here on the top. So this for you is more of confirmation than it is of this is what you have to do. It's confirmation in that, yes, you are walking down the right path. Whatever decision it is that you have made lately about your path and about walking down it, it is the path you're supposed to be walking. Thank you, love. It is the path you're supposed to be walking. And in fact, you're not quite supposed to be walking. You're more supposed to be like running, trotting, running. Thank you, love. Because that's where let me rephrase that. I was going to say that's where your enlightenment lies, but it's actually the rest of your enlightenment. You've already reached a lot of things. You've learned a lot of things in this life already that you needed to learn and going forward. You just have only a couple of things left to hit. And you've kind of checked all the boxes. You've checked all the boxes on what you were supposed to learn and accomplish in this life. Thank you, love. Thank you for the gifts, guys. And thank you. I see all the tapping going right there. But this silver ribbon up here, you're so much more connected than you even realize or give yourself credit for. So, like I said, this is confirmation for you in knowing that you are on the right path. It is the path you're supposed to be walking. And you need to be running. You need to be trotting, skipping, something faster than walking. So I think once you leave yourself open to it and once you fully immerse yourself in it or start immersing yourself in it more, you'll start trotting down it really fast. So I hope that made sense. And I'm not sure what you needed confirmation for. You're a smart cookie. You're a very smart cookie. Well, hi, hippie Viking. How are you, love? Yep, I remember. Well, welcome, love. We're glad you're here. Well, Miss Ashley Murray, are you ready? I'm sure that there are some people that you could tell, just not everybody. Well, tell the hubby thank you. All right. That's interesting. I know that's a star anise, but it looks completely different right here. And I'll show you in just a second. So you have opportunity. Then you have wood block. You have red. And you have the star anise. But let me show you. It does not look like a star anise. In fact, when I saw it, I kind of went, huh. The way it was sitting was like this. And with it being dark right here, it literally looked like a wolf spider to me. I don't know if it looked, maybe it doesn't look like that to you guys, but like I couldn't really see this top part here, but it literally looked like a wolf spider. And so it is, for a second, even though I've never seen a wolf spider in here, I lived in the country a lot. So I was like, oh, like I had that panic moment for a minute. But yeah, it looked like a wolf spider. And the fact that that's how I saw it, spiders mean something very specific. Okay, so here we go. This is better. So I saw it like this. Does that not look like a spider? You see what I'm saying? When I saw it like that, that's why I was like, oh, yeah, it looks like a fucking spider. Like if you just saw it like that, you would think there was a spider on my hand. Yeah? Yeah, that's what I saw. That's how I'm going to read this. Because a spider is something very specific. So, opportunity, grounding, spider, red ribbon. This is, so this is something coming up. Okay. This is something coming up. This is also like your 10-minute warning. Okay. You have an opportunity coming your way. Before it gets here, you have to do a few things. You have to really get yourself grounded in who you are and be ready to move forward. And you have to get these, you have to get this passion ready to move forward. Thank you, love. You have to get your passion in place. And this is a passion for whatever it is that you want to do in your big girl job. And I say passion for a reason, because it's not like a night and day difference in what you're doing, but it's just enough to be way, way, way more fulfilling, if that makes sense. The spider there tells me that when this happens, especially because in my brain, I saw wolf spider, jumping spider. Like that's what I saw. That tells me that you need to be ready to jump on this opportunity when it comes. It's going to be, tattooed Megs. I will answer that in just a second. Okay. Because that's a question I deal with a lot. You need to be ready to pounce on this opportunity. It's not going to be one where you have time to think. It's not going to be one where you have time to think. You're going to have to pounce on it. So that's why you have to have your grounding in place, and you have to have your passion straight on what it is that you want to do when you be a big girl. When you have a big girl job, and I know you have a big girl job, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be an opportunity that pops up that you're going to have to pounce on. Like, make a decision right now, kind of pounce on. So, did it cut out? So what I was saying is that after the spider is that you're going to have to pounce on this opportunity. You're going to have to be ready. So you need to have your big kid pants on. You need to be grounded, and you need to have your passion in place. So you need to have your passion in place. So yeah. And just so you Oklahoma City friends know, and those of you guys that are around Oklahoma City, I in fact, just got off the phone before my live with the show promoter for the Oklahoma City PopCon and the Oklahoma City Horror. I will be at both of them. I will tell you guys, if you are a wrestling fan, the Oklahoma City PopCon, there are going to be some fantastic wrestlers there. I'm pretty sure Sergeant Slaughter is going to be there and some things like that. I also know at the Horror Con, there are going to be some fantastic people. Like, it's going to be at Remington Park. Y'all make sure that you come. And before both of them, the night before both of them, I will be hosting an in-person event. Make sure you get your tickets, because I have a lot of you guys in Oklahoma City that love me, and they will sell out really quick. So yeah. So let me answer that question. Oh, don't be worried. It's something great. You're just going to have to pounce on it. Okay. So let me answer the question about the palm reading, because this is something that I have never understood. Okay. I've known the Oklahoma City PopCon is in June. The Horror Con is in August. And if you guys want to know about the in-person retreats, they are on my website on the events page. And then there is also a specific page for Shamanic Retreats. I am a huge horror fan. I have several celebrity clients, including several horror villains, a couple Michael Myers, Jason, Darth Maul, things like that. Well, I say clients, people I've drawn. Let me say it that way. People I've drawn. But here's the thing about palm readings. That a palm reader, in my opinion, this is my opinion, the only reason that a palm reader would not want to read your palm is because A, they are not experienced enough and they don't understand some of the markings, or B, they are not confident in their own abilities, or C, they just don't want to. I really and truly hate it when people are told that they can't be read, or that somebody doesn't want to tell them what's on their palm or whatever. Guys, I've been a palm reader for a long time. I've seen some things in people's palms where I'm just honest. I'm just like, hey, you need to pay attention to this. Like, this is going to be a thing. And I don't understand, because it would make you even more worried for somebody to say, oh, I can't read your palm. I don't want to read your palm. It would make you way more worried if you went to them to have them read your palm. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I don't understand it. I don't. I really don't. So yeah. Yeah, that makes no sense, love. That makes no sense. Well, if you're ever close to me, I'll happily read your palm. I'll happily read your palm. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. It's what I have found, because I've had a couple palm readers read my palm now just to see. I found that a lot of times they don't really pay attention. They really don't. They see a few things and they're like, I don't want to do that. Not me. I break out my nerd glasses. I have a magnifying glass. Like, I'll nerd all over your palm. So I'm just saying, I'll nerd all over your palm. I love palms. So yeah. So if you guys would like to book a palm reading, you can do that on my site. Yeah. You can do palm readings from pictures, but they have to be certain photos. They have to be like lit very well and so on. So yeah. I don't know what would make somebody terrified. Thank you, love. I don't know what would make somebody terrified to read a palm. Like, seriously. I don't know. So yeah. So if you guys would like to book a palm reading when I'm in an event or at some place, there are places on my website for you to do that, because a lot of times I have to, especially at the one-day events, if you guys want to see me, you have to like book now. So yeah. All right. I love you too. So, Miss Evan, you ready? I hope so, because I already drew your cards. So, all right. So, you have economy and revenue, and then you have the white ribbon. Let me pull him back here. I know you guys can't see him on YouTube, but you have the white ribbon, you have the seashell, and then you also have the pine cone. The pine cone is a thing tonight, and I'm actively trying not to grab it because, like, you can obviously tell it's the pine cone. So I'm actively trying not to grab it, and the bitch keeps on hitching a ride. So apparently it's a thing this evening. It is what it is, right? All right. So you're fixing to hit a point in your life where you feel like you're at a good spot as far as economy, as far as money, as far as your income goes. When you hit this point, and I don't think it's going to be very long, when you just kind of look around and go, I'm actually in a really good spot. I'm actually in a really good spot monetarily. When that happens, it's like something shifts, something clicks, where you go, I now can get rid of this. There are a few things that you've been holding on to. A couple of them are physical things, and I literally feel like it's four. Like, a couple of them are physical things, and a couple of them are ways of thinking, ways of being, ways of doing, habits, etc. It's 2 and 2, so it's 4 things altogether. Once you purify those and let go of those, it allows you to really, it's almost like jump on this little river and go with the flow and just ride it all the way down. And then that's going to lead you to, so when I'm seeing this river, it's like, you know how on a map there's like a dot for the town, like if you look at a big old paper map, there'll be like a line for the road and then a dot for the town. It's like there's 3 dots you have to reach in your path to enlightenment in this life. You have 3 different dots, 3 different things you have to reach. So getting on this path, on this river, and going with the flow takes you to that first dot. I would bet this is within the next year that you hit this first part in your enlightenment journey in this life. So guys, enlightenment is not always something you have to strive to have later on when you pass away in your whatever. It is and it's not. There are things in your life you're constantly hitting these epiphanies. They're enlightenment. So yeah. There's 3 major things that you have to do in this life. So once you let go of these 4 things, it puts you on this river, and bam. Thank you, love. Yeah. I don't know if it's a new job opportunity or if it's a promotion or what, Ashley. But like I said, it's going to be something that you're going to have to jump on. Yeah, when you hit that epiphany moment where you realize that you're in a good spot monetarily and you can let those 4 things go, then you get to get on your way to hit the first dot. So, all right. I've got kind of an ad in here. April Dawson, where are you at? You're welcome, love. And I'm glad to see you again. There you is. Oh, you're in big trouble. Wow. All right. It's funny that the music shifted to this with this reading. All right, girl, you ready? So you have unresolved emotions. You have unresolved emotions. Then you have the black ribbon. Then you have the muskrat tooth. Then you have the banded agate. So what that tells me, you have some really, really thick layer of protection in place. There's a couple of things to this. The first part is that you've been very diligent about keeping it. Thank you, love. You've been very diligent about keeping this protection in place. You've also been very diligent about monitoring yourself with this protection. However, you're also feeling it kind of bite you a little bit. This unresolved emotion, it's almost like when you have a bunch of glass under a piece of cloth, and you can, it's sharp, but you don't put your hand on it too hard, but now your hand's starting to get pushed down on it, so you can feel the sharpness of it. So I have a feeling that you probably already know this. You're going to have to start unpacking that unresolved emotion. You're going to have to start unpacking it, sweetheart. The thing is, with the muskrat tooth right there over the protection and then the agate up here, there's something that you have felt that is kind of holding you back a little bit. And it's not holding you back all the way. It's holding like this. And so your path is trying to do this around it, but it's like a big boulder in the river. And so it's having to go around. You've got to start unpacking that. But the thing about it is, you don't have to pull the whole boulder out of the water. You can chip away at the boulder. That makes it easier. When you chip away at the boulder, little by little, the water can go faster and go more and more and more and more until the boulder is just a little stone and it tumbles on down the river without you even realizing it's gone. So start chipping away at that boulder. Start chipping away at the boulder. It will help you tremendously on your path. So there you go. We're glad to have you here. All right, Miss Barbara Painter. How are you, Miss Barbara? You go by Barb or Barbara? Or your middle name? Or do I give you one? Thank you, Wayward Redhead, for sharing that. The Imperial Jasper. Okay. All right, you ready? You ready? This is kind of funny, and I'm giggling. So I am on number 12 right now, love. All right. You have Loki. You have Loki. You have Loki. Then you have the Imperial Jasper, and then you have the white ribbon. So there's a couple of aspects to this as well, and it's why I'm giggling. Let's talk about the reason why I'm giggling. It tells me that you are a little ornery, and let me back up because I'm giggling. I'm giggling too, and sometimes I get caught up and I want to get to this part, but it's like I have to explain this part first. So, love, you are really a master at manifesting. you think it and it happens. But the thing is, you're so worried about doing it for yourself that you do it for other people. And so that's kind of where this giggle comes in, because it's kind of like that devil on your shoulder has you, here's a yawn. There you go. There you go. Well, now we have 113 in here, my lucky number. So, and then it went to 117. So when you're manifesting, when you're doing things and saying things and so on, it's kind of manifesting in some ornery ways to people around you. So it's almost like you say, oh my God, that person really deserves some karma. Like, I hope blah, 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 blah. And maybe that blah, 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 blah doesn't happen exactly like that, but it's some twisted thing of it, and it's comical. And so a lot of times whenever you're saying stuff and these things happen, you literally sit there and kind of giggle a little bit like, oh, that was kind of funny. So that had to be pointed out to say this. 30 on. Woo! That had to be pointed out to say this. Love, you've got to purify that belief in your head that you can only manifest for other people. You've got to purify that you can't use your gifts to help you. I'm going to use my airplane metaphor here, in that you can't help others if you aren't in a good place to. You have to secure your mask before you can help others secure their mask. So purify that belief that you can only use your talents and your gifts for you. We all get caught up in that, and I'm preaching to all of you on YouTube too. We all get caught up in that, to where we believe that if we have gifts, we can only use them to help others. And I'm not saying don't use your gifts to help others, because you absolutely should. But at the same time, you have to be in a spot where you can help others. Because if you're not in a spot where you can help others, how are you going to help them? Do you see what I'm saying? And so when you manifest for yourself and you do the things that help you move forward, make sure you bring others up with you. If you manifest an amazing amount of money, make sure that you give back. Make sure that you help someone. And it doesn't have to be someone specific. It can literally be someone random. It can be someone random. Because you never know when an extra $10 tip is going to make someone's day completely turn around. You never know when paying for someone's gas or paying for the toll behind you is going to make someone's day and restore their faith in humanity. You know what I mean? Guys, you don't have to do something humongous. You don't have to do something humongous to bless people. You never know how the tiniest things can turn your whole day, your whole week, etc. around. So I'm just saying, love. Make sure you take care of you so you can take care of other people. That makes sense? All right, Miss Allison Kramer. No, Calmer. Miss Allison Calmer. Sorry. Sorry. There should be, Tiffany. There should be on the checkout. You should be able to use your card and everything. Yeah. I swear there better not be a problem with it. It's gonna feel the wrath of the Bodhi. I'll be up all fucking night. How are you, love? It's good to see you again. Okay. There we go. I wanted it to be darker a little bit, that bright light. So I've been fighting a migraine. We had a bunch of snow dumped on us, and the storm that rolled through has not been kind to my noggin. So yeah, I don't need to sleep. Tiffany, if it's giving you problems, shoot a message to the site, because I don't like that. That means I'm going to have to look at what's going on, because I have it set up to where it does all kinds of different things. So yeah. Sleep is for quitters, right? Right? That's funny. That's funny. You totally win right there. B. Sleep is absolutely overrated. I used to love sleep. I do love sleep, but it eludes me some days. So it is what it is. All right, girly. So you have beauty and vanity. Then you have the shell, and then you have the wood down here, the grounding. So okay. So you're gonna get the mom tough love out of me here, okay? Love, I don't know who it was that told you that you're not good enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not enough, but fuck them in their face. You be grounded in who you are, and you be grounded in the beautiful soul that you are, and you go with the flow and move forward. Like this shell is literally pointing straight forward at you like that. You walk tall in who you are. You're an amazing soul, honey. People that have very, very bright souls will always attract those that want to dim it. And I'm sorry that someone has dimmed yours a little bit. It kind of makes the mama bear part of me a little angry. I don't like that. So whoever it was that planted that little voice in there, or that one sentence or whatever that tells you that you're not good enough, they need to be pinged right out of your little brain. And I know that's easier said than done, but this right here is literally it's not confirmation, because I feel like you know this, but it's just whatever this is that keeps getting pounded in your head is making you feel less than. This is your reminder that you are not in any way less than at all. You need to be grounded in who you are, sweet pea. Absolutely be grounded in who you are. And fuck that person right in their face. They got swept away. There you go. Yeah. So if that person is still actively in your life, honey, they need to kick rocks. Yeah, they need to kick rocks, because that's just not. So, did that make sense, love? Gotcha. Unfortunately, I understand. Anybody that's ever been around a narcissist, whether it's a parent, a sibling, a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever, it's like their words can stick in your head forever. And it just, I understand. I really, really do. I still fight stuff from decades ago. And yeah. So I'm so sorry. I'm glad that this person is no longer in your life, but it also makes me glad that I get to tell you that. It makes me glad that I get to tell you what an amazing soul you are. So. All righty. Miss Hannah. I completely agree, Angela. I've been in a situation where I've had the physical and I've had the mental and the emotional and stuff. And I think that does far more damage than the physical. I mean, really. Now I cannot unsee this as a spider. Like, it's sitting like this. Looks like a fucking spider again. So All right, Miss Hannah, you ready? Turn that back down a little bit. It's just so fucking bright. All right. So, Miss Hannah. Okay. So you have the Guardian card. Then you have the Pine Cone, Enlightenment. Then you have the White Ribbon and the Spider Star Anise on top of it. Okay. Ready? That freaked me out when he started talking. I was like, I said, you ready? And then he started talking. Freaked me out. All right. Love, you are a watcher. Watchers are souls that are here to observe, to pay attention to the humans around them, to gain some part of their enlightenment. It's almost like a big check. So every soul during your life, you have check marks you have to hit in that life. Well, then you have a bigger check mark to accomplish for your soul to move on to the next phase. So it's kind of like each life is like a class. It's like a year in school. So you have certain things you have to accomplish. And then overall, you have to accomplish all these credits so you can graduate. That's like the easiest way to put it. In this life that you're in right now, you are here to watch, to pay attention, to analyze, to record, to learn whatever it is you need to learn. So this whole life is a part of your enlightenment. Your whole life right now. The whole meat sack time you're in this meat sack is your enlightenment, is enlightenment to move you forward. This here, though, is interesting because this is the white ribbon with that star anise on it. So it tells me that there are things right now you've got to clarify. You've got to, and I said clarify and not purify for a reason. You've got to get clarification on what this situation is, what's going on. This is actually somebody that you've kind of been paying attention to. It's like their actions, their words, and so on have been mismatched. So they're doing one thing and saying something else, or saying one thing and doing something else. You really need to pay attention. Thank you, love. You need to pay attention to this because the spider in this case is not a good thing. It's like they're actively trying to prey on something about you. So you've got to purify whatever it is to do with them. But here's your homework. Some of you get homework from a reading. You didn't know that was a thing, did you? Here's your homework. Is that I would highly advise looking up what watchers are. And I would not be surprised to know that you notice every little detail about every single thing around you, every person, and that I would bet you notice things that nobody else notices. So I hope all of that made sense. And sorry, I'm giving you homework, but I'm giving you homework. So you get homework, love. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, I figured. And when you start reading about what a watcher is, you're going to have more of those moments. You're going to be like, that's why I do that. That's why I do that. Trust me. All right, Miss Lisa. Well, you just had to pull all the things here. All right, then. There you are, girly. All right. Well, now I got to have the light on again because I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay. The way it's sitting, it's like, I don't know if that's gold or silver. So, yeah. All right. So you have sluggishness and procrastination. Give me just a second, Karen, and I'll totally answer that. Then you have the red ribbon, you have the wood block for grounding, you have the green ribbon, you have a turtle bone, and then you have the gold ribbon up here. All the things. A lot of things. All right. So I'll even have to wind my legs up. Like, let's get ready for this. Okay. Miss Lisa. Something has been holding you back lately. It's been keeping you feeling sluggish for a reason. And I think it's something that, like, literally in the past few days, you have felt like things around you are sluggish and you don't understand why. It's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. I don't get it. Part of it is because it's like you've hit a plateau lately and you've gotten comfortable in your path and moving forward and all of this stuff. So you being held back on purpose, thank you for the gifts, love. You being held back on purpose is to make you angry. It's like you could easily stay in this content, happy part of your life, but your soul doesn't need to stay there. So something has been purposely holding you back. So you would get angry and decide to change something and move forward. When that happens, it will take some grounding because you'll have to reground yourself in who you are. And you have a few things that you have to heal from. They haven't boiled to the surface yet. That's what happens with that anger. It's like that anger completely turns you off kilter. So it's almost like being in one of those big old, like being in a gyroscope where you've got to figure out how to get your bearings again. So the turtle bone there is kind of to tell you that once that happens and you're trying to figure out where your feet go, what to heal, what to do, which way to go, etc. Just know that, just like I was telling April Dawson a while ago, chip away at the boulder. Don't feel like you have to get a crane and move the whole boulder right now. Chip away at the boulder. Because when you chip away at it, you're going to find eventually it's just going to wash on down the road. And you're not even going to know. So thank you. So yeah. And then you've got the gold ribbon up there, which is the master healer color. This is kind of your little cheat sneak peek into going forward. The reason that you need to get angry, the reason you need to be off kilter, and the reason that you have to take it slow and healing is because you have the ability in this life to be a master healer, to help other people heal, to help them overcome the things you've overcome, to overcome and to heal from some of the, it's funny. It's a bunch of little bitty, teeny tiny. It's like I see a whole bunch of needles poking you everywhere. Does that make sense? But to help them heal from that. If that, yeah. Thank you, love. So, does that make sense to you, Miss Lisa? Good. I'm glad. I was looking to see how much time I have left on this before I've got to like rewind it or go somewhere forward. It's coming in from all directions. Gotcha. Well, eventually it's going to get to the point where it makes you mad, and it will make you completely off kilter. Just so you know, it'll make you completely off kilter. So, all right, Miss Joy, you ready? I'm going to take a bite of bacon, guys. Sorry. You get bacon, Bodie. The fucking spider. It doesn't look like a spider now. It just looks like a star anise. It is what it is, right? All right. All right. So, oh, yes. Let's talk about how to protect oneself real quick. So there's a lot of different things you guys can do to protect yourself. Any black stone is protective. They're all for different things, different ways of protecting. So what I recommend you guys do is go to a shop where they have multiple types of black stones, and almost every metaphysical shop is going to have that. Pick them up. Pick one of each up and just kind of hold it for a minute and see which one resonates with you. See which one you're like, this one right here. Don't look at what they're for until after you find the one that resonates with you. Okay. You also can work on putting your color in place, your energetic color in place. Well, that was cool. Why is my ring doing that? Sorry. Shiny. Because it does it up here too. What? Okay. Sorry. I got distracted. You can put your energy in place, your bubble in place. There are a ton of different herbs you can use for protection. It kind of depends. How and what you're protecting for, if that makes sense. So yeah. So Miss Joy, you have spring and new beginnings. Yeah, the cards are doing it too. Oh, and now my camera doesn't know where to focus. Weird. Then you have the star anise, you have the white ribbon, and you have the shell over there. So, also, Karen, as far as protecting yourself spiritually, blue sandstone is an amazing thing for that, and it helps align all of your chakras. But you guys didn't even notice that I had the turquoise under that eye dripping down, did you? Because when I'm back here, I can't see it. I forgot it was there till I leaned forward. I'm having a lot of shiny moments right now. I'm just letting you guys know that. Joy's like, what? What's up? You got all my stuff ready. Okay. Miss Joy, girl, you just turned a corner. What's funny is it's like this huge breath of fresh air. And a yawn. This huge breath of fresh air. In turning this corner and this new beginning coming out, it's like I feel like you've had something on your chest for so long that you haven't been able to take a deep breath. And now suddenly you can. This is exactly what you've been waiting for. Now is the time that you are amazingly protected. Your spirit guides have your back. You can purify the things that you need to purify as far as physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all of it. Now is the time to purify. The shell is actually like pointed upside down. So that right there tells me you no longer have to just go with the flow. You don't have to just let things happen. You are literally at a blank slate right now. You're at a new beginning. It's up to you what happens from this point on. So take out all the trash, throw away the bullshit you no longer need, and you make the decisions in going forward on what you want to happen, what you need to do, what you want in going forward. This is kind of like your acknowledgement from the universe that yes, how you've been feeling lately is correct. And you are now in control. You are amazingly protected. Yeah. Thank you for the gifts, love. So this is fantastic, Joy. Congratulations. So a lot of people, it's like you wait forever to feel this or to get this confirmation because you guys don't trust yourself when the universe is like, here, all of it. And you don't trust yourself. And so you don't pay attention. So congratulations. Take it, run with it, throw all that bullshit away. And then literally it's up to you. It's up to you on where you go from there. It's absolutely a reset. Yeah. So I hope that's love. All right. Miss Destiny. So I have Destiny, Donna, Pamela, Heather, Jessica, Leah, Catherine, Billy, and Emily. You probably are overthinking, love. That's a lot of times what happens. We get so caught up in things not being what they seem, and we're always so cynical and waiting for the other shoe to drop. But in this case, there is no other shoe. You hold the shoe. So. It's like I got my hand stuck. That's the weirdest. No. What the hell? That is so weird. Stop it. It's like I had a couple of things I was going to grab aside from the normal shit that's been coming out. And as soon as I tried to grab it, like I couldn't pull my hand out. Maybe it's because I was actively trying to not turn things out. Can't make this shit up. Okay. Miss Destiny, you ready? He's upside down. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. All right. Can't make this shit up. You also have spring and new beginnings. But then you have the Lord of Misfits. Then you have all this other stuff. You have the yellow ribbon, the red ribbon, the green ribbon, the black ribbon, and they're all in a line right here and kind of on top of each other. On the top, you have the wooden cube, the grounding, getting back to nature, and then you have the star anise here. But in this case, it's upside down, and it actually looks like a little angel, like a little fairy. Like it looks like there's a head and wings and so on. So, my dear. So, here we go. This is interesting. So, I'm just going to read it this way and we'll go from there. You're at a point right now. You have a decision to make. You have a decision to make. Have you really? That's funny. You have a decision to make. The thing is, either thing you choose is correct. They all lead back to this up here. So it's kind of like if the road splits and comes back together. That's exactly what it is. So either decision you make will be right. Either decision you make, either way you go, is going to make you happy. It's also going to push you forward. It's going to heal an amazing amount of trauma and of shadow work, of inner child, of things like that you need to do going forward. The choices, one has to do with completely reimagining yourself, completely walking down a brand new path, you know, like a path with fresh laid snow on it. There's no footprints in it, like blazing this new path. The other one has to do with delving down a darker path. So it's like light and dark. And when I say darker path, I don't mean like being super evil or anything like that, guys. So don't take it that way, okay? I mean a shadow work path, a path of dealing with the darker things. The lighter path deals with guiding and helping and moving forward. The darker path does the same, but in a different way. It's like, do you want to do light work or shadow work? Both of them are going to lead you to the same end place. Both of them are going to lead you to happiness, to moving forward, and to healing a lot of trauma. They're also going to lead you to you being grounded in who you are. What's interesting is that when I look down, as I'm reading this, when I look down and I see, because I noticed right off the bat when that star anise popped up, that it looks like an angel. It looks like a little angel. So here's how I'm seeing it. You guys see what I'm seeing? I'll hold it up for you guys on YouTube too. But see, it's like this is like the head. I mean, it's even, see, do y'all see what I'm seeing? It looks like an angel. It looks like a little pixie. It looks like a little fairy. So let me pull my YouTube back up. Can you guys on YouTube see? Well, there we go. It's like a little, yeah, it's a little fairy. So that's why with either path you go, you literally have guardian spirits there with you. You literally have guardian spirits. So you don't have to, there's no reason to fear, no reason to be upset, no reason to have any issue going forward, whichever path you want to take. And here's the thing. I have a feeling that you're going to take one path and get back up to the normal path, and then you're going to take the other path. So it's your choice which one you want to take first. You're amazingly protected on either one. And I have a feeling that this is kind of, it's confirmation and not at the same time. It's the universe saying, love, either path is the right path. So yeah. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're amazingly protected. Because that thing has looked like a spider every fucking time I've pulled it. And now it looks like an angel. It looks like a pixie. It looks like a fairy. It looks like something. So yeah. Whichever way you pick, love, is the right way. You choose what you want to do first. If you want to work light or if you want to work shadow. It's going to literally lead you right back to the same path. And then you can pick the other path. So there you go. So there you go. You're welcome, honey. You are so welcome. All right, Miss Donna. So guys, I am going in order. And because I've got this up here on YouTube, if you guys fall asleep, if you don't catch your reading, if your TikTok glitches, if my TikTok glitches, I've got you covered. So yeah, it's right here. Woo, okay. All right. Oh, okay. The black one kind of went out there behind it. This is all interesting. It's all interesting angles. Like super interesting, like this. Everything is angled. Nothing is up and down or specifically left or right. It's all angles. So you have aging and maturity and healing. So yeah, I know. I'm just going to go through and read everybody. Just because I am dueling on YouTube. So that way people can go through and watch it. So you have aging, maturing, and healing. Then you have the black ribbon, and then you have the white ribbon, and they literally set like this. And then underneath that, you have the shell pointing upwards, and then you have the pine cone words pointing upward like that. The angles are very important. It tells me that the path you're on does not have a straight path, and it does not have a traditional path. So in trying to force your path to be up or down or right or left, the universe keeps making you cockeyed on purpose because your path does not follow the norm. And I have a feeling that you needed to know that. The black and white together like that also tell me that you have balance within you. You have the yin and the yang. You have the good and the bad. You have the dark and the light. You have the protection and the purification. You can accomplish both, and you can do both, and you're very good at doing both. So then I feel like I need to say all you have to do is speak it into existence. The shell there is pointing, it's the same, literally the exact same angle as the black ribbon, but it's pointing and touching the white ribbon. So I think that you have probably been told all your life to be one way. And then you're realizing that that's really not the way you need to be, or that's not the way life is, or that's, you know what I mean? Like you're realizing that the things you've been told and the way you've always had to be are actually not correct. So purify some of those beliefs out, love, because you are protected, and the path you're on, the way that you're moving forward, the way you're supposed to move forward is unique to you. That's part of the lesson you have to learn in this life, is that you are extremely unique. That's why everything is angled. Nothing is up, down, left, or right. You are amazingly unique, sweetheart. Don't try to fit into somebody else's box, because you don't need the box. You don't need the box. So I have a feeling you need to hear that, because I think you've been trying to shove yourself into a box, and you're not meant to be in a box. All right, Miss Pamela. Fuck the box. Book wise, I have to pull it out because I don't remember who wrote it. Ooh, I'm fixing to make a big mess. Hold, please. Knocked the voodoo doll off. All right. So this book here, I know it's backwards. It's Norse Magic by Mary Silva. It's on Amazon. It's not very much. this one's actually a pretty good book because it goes through a lot of Viking paganism, a lot of rune work, things like that. It goes through all the different runes. So this one right here is what I'd recommend. Yeah. Norse Magic by Mary Silva, Mari. So there you go, love. Did I get more in? What you talking about, April? All right. Miss Pamela, you ready? And thank you, Country Crazy. You're welcome. No, just the ones from the other day. I've had that one for a while. Yeah, I got a lot of interesting books in the other day, guys. Just saying. Thank you, Sasshole. I think my head's not up enough so it doesn't register. Oh, she was asking me about good books for Norse beginners. All right. I always love when everybody's like, I'm so excited. And I appreciate you guys waiting so long. I'm trying to be quick but thorough at the same time. So you and Sasshole are in the same boat. You also have unresolved emotions. Yours is pretty straightforward, though, which tells me that you're kind of a straightforward, like, I just need the answer. Like, I just need the answer. So, got you, Miss Donna. I'm so glad. Did you catch your reading? Like, if you didn't catch all of it, it is on YouTube. So, I love that. I really hope you caught your reading because I was super fascinated with the way that things fell. Like with hers, her black ribbon is straight, like perfectly straight. So I have hair everywhere. Here's one thing about being me is that I never can deny a hair is mine. It's always mine. A, because my hair is everywhere, and B, because it's bright blue. Like, I can't be like, oh, no, that's totally some other blonde girl. No. Nope. Nope. So, yay. I'm so glad, love. So, all right. So, Miss Pamela. All right. Y'all see me take my blood pressure medicine. Oh, love. You have all these unresolved emotions. I have a feeling that it's literally like swirling under the depths. Like swirling like this, and they're coming all up in here, and they're just literally everywhere. Something has happened, and you've stopped doing some little thing that grounds you, that makes you you. It's like some little tiny thing you used to do almost on a daily basis. You've stopped doing it, and now you're not grounded in who you are. And it's allowing this stuff to really cause problems. Like I literally see it like swirling like this, like all around behind and around your head. Just know that in getting back to yourself, in grounding, in getting back in touch with that you. Oh, you don't go outside enough? Is it because it's cold? Because I don't go outside either. In getting back to you and regrounding yourself, that's where your protection lies. That's where your protection lies. Actually, I think that's 4. Yeah, I think that's 4. Boy, I feel that on a deep level. You and I are a lot alike. I don't go outside a lot, and I work a fuck ton. So, yeah. You need to get back to whatever that was that grounded you. Whether it was just getting some fresh air, whether it was just sitting and meditating, whether it was taking a hot bath every now and then, whatever it is, that helps you get back to you is where your protection lies, honey. So all of these unresolved emotions and all of this stuff that is just churning, and like literally every time I look at this card, I see it swirling like this. It's like always in the back of your mind, always right here. That's what's popping up because you're not grounded. You're not, and I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, I'm not griping at you for not being grounded, because trust me, I absolutely get it. I absolutely get it, because it's cold. My ass is not going outside. Like, I work at home. Hey, Grave. So I don't need to if I don't have to. Like, I DoorDash, I have Instacart. I don't need to leave my house. I know that's not right, but it's cold as fuck. Like, I don't want to go outside, and I'm diabetic, so I have a problem regulating my body temperature. I don't want to go out there. So I get it. I get it. But there are other ways to ground yourself and be connected. Baths are great. Baths are great for that. And you can actually put things in your bath for all the different elements that help you ground. Like charcoal is great for fire. Any pieces of wood like cedar, birch, ash, hickory are great for that. Yeah, there are some great weighted blankets, some things like that. Not just weighted blankets, but there are some great things for that. But that's where your protection lies, is in being grounded, sweetheart. So yeah, in being grounded is, you need to get back to whatever that was that gets you grounded again. And I feel like I'm preaching to myself here saying that. So I used to get up every morning and do a little bit of Qigong and breathe and so on. And now I only do it once a week, and I need to, yeah. I love me some hot baths, except like my bathtub here and the place I live in now is kind of irritating, and I don't like it. I miss having a big bathtub. But yeah. So yeah. Add stuff for the elements, love, especially things that will ground you, get you back to nature. Any herb is going to get you back to nature, but every herb also has its own element that it goes with. But yeah, you can totally add cedar and birch and all that stuff. Cedar is an amazing spiritual protectant. Birch helps to purify all the spiritual bullshit. Like, oh, yes. So there you go, love. All right. Miss Heather, are you ready? Oh, yeah. And you can get charcoal, like charcoal bath salts, activated charcoal. And that's your fire, because it's charcoal. It's ash. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. I may or may not have been doing this a while, guys. Guys, you literally can use everything around you in your practice. Everything. So if you guys do come to one of the weekend long retreats, you're spending the whole weekend with me. You're going to see like, oh, okay, I can use this in cooking and have these spiritual benefits from it. I can put this stuff in my water. I can put this stuff in my bath. Like, yeah. All right. Ready? Wow. I go again. All right. So, oh no, why you gotta tell me that? So I'm actually looking at moving, and one of the houses I looked at the other day has a big jacuzzi tub in it, and now I'm like, all right. So, okay. Miss Heather. Ready? You have the known unknown. The deafness and Kimchi, yeah. Then you have the yellow ribbon up here. Let me do this. Let me scoot it down a bit. You have the yellow ribbon. You have the shell and the pine cone. I'm even trying not to grab these bitches. I'm serious. I'm trying not to. Like, there's so much other things in this fucking bag. So anyway, Miss Heather. All of this right here tells me that right now you feel lost. And this is where I get to get on my soapbox for just a little bit. Guys, in being lost, this is one of the best places you can be. Being lost is fantastic. People just get so caught up in having to be on a path, having to move forward, having to be going somewhere all the time. You have to have a destination in place. Guys, being lost, you need to learn to be happy being lost. So Heather, that's kind of what this is about right here, is being happy and being lost. Because in being happy and going with the flow and allowing that epiphany, that enlightenment to just hit you when it needs to hit you, you're going to find out so much more about yourself. It's insane. It's insane. I will tell you guys that I went through a period about a year where I was absolutely lost. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but I had no idea, like, path-wise. I just felt like I was literally free falling. And when I finally recognized, like, okay, I am in a free fall and I'm just going to embrace it. I know I am never going to go skydiving, so this is as close as I'm going to get. And I literally just embraced it. And I became so happy with the lost and the chaos and just the free fall and not giving a fuck about having to be on a path, that when I finally landed and I was on a path and I'm running down the path, I'm like, I kind of want to do that again though, where I just do whatever. So being lost and being in the free fall can get addicting. I'm just letting you guys know that. But Miss Heather, this right here is telling you that it's okay to be lost. It's okay to be in the free fall. It's okay to be happy in the free fall. So there you go. Thank you, Captain. All right, Miss Jessica Young. So I have Jessica, Leah, Catherine, Billy, and Emily. My list is closed for this evening, love. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, make sure you do. I am on here at least 4 times a week. So every Friday I do Norse Reads. I will always have crazy face paint on and all that stuff. Sundays I do Universal Reads. Sometimes I sneak some mediumship in there, but not all the time because it wears me out. And then Tuesdays I read for the Zodiacs. Thursdays I do a full Reiki session, and then I do energy drawings. So if you guys have never caught my energy drawings, I'll be happy to show you some here in just a little bit. Well, thank you, Cats Meow. I feel like we should normalize this. I would fucking rock this in public every goddamn day, especially here in Tulsa. Especially, I already get the weird looks for it because I have Norse runes in my hair all the time, and I usually have them in my braid. I just don't tonight. But oh yeah, we should normalize this. Just saying. So, all right. Okay. Ready? So, I know, right? It's like right when I go to change something, this changes, the music changes, and I love it. Like, this is one of my. So this is aggressive Viking battle music. But Viking Music Official has some really, really great ones on there. Like I'm subscribed to their channel. They have some great compilations on here. I'm just saying, if you guys ever just need something like this as background music to anything, yeah. So, all right. Love, you have sluggishness and procrastination, and it is whopper jawed like this. Then you have imperial jasper. You have the seashell, but it's kind of pointing. It's pointing like this. But then you have the white ribbon over the silver ribbon. So this it'll actually be like that. Silver is like this. White is over it like that. So okay, you have something that's trying to hold you back. I don't know if it's someone or what, but you have something that's trying to hold you back. You have an amazing amount of like just queen boss ass energy right here. And that's what's holding this at bay. So instead of it overwhelming you and you just being like, okay, you win, I give up. Instead of that, this crazy, stubborn queen boss energy you have is keeping this at bay. But here's the thing. It's also putting a wedge so you can't move forward. Like and we're going to talk about what to do here in a second, but you've got to get this out because this boss energy that you have can't move you forward until it's gone, because it's like an impasse. Like you're butting heads. It's like an impasse. So there is something in your life spiritually that you have to purify. That's why the silver is like this and the white's over it. There is something you have to purify spiritually. I don't know if it's a belief you hold, if it's a belief somebody around you holds. I don't know what it is, but there's something you have to let go of. And I have a feeling that when I say that, you kind of already know what it is you have to let go of. Because it starts with one thing that, like I said, the thing that it starts with that, and then it literally, you see, as soon as you pull that off, it's like you see all of these other little things underneath that you're like, oh, that goes. Because whatever this is up here is hiding all of these things down here. So, love, you've got to put on those badass stilettos and kick this shit completely to the curb. So, completely to the curb. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, whatever this is trying to hold you back, and your queen energy is doing this. And so you're at an impasse. So yeah, you can't move forward. I love that ish. But like I said, the thing that you kind of know you need to get rid of spiritually, when you pull that off, it's like you see all these other things. But thank you guys. But these other little things down here are little bitty. Like this right here, this is like the lid. You know what I mean? Like you gotta peel off this fucking lid. But the other ones are like little jelly beans. So it's literally like you can go like this. So this is the hard thing. This up here is the hard thing. But the rest of it is like bing, 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 bing. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. So yeah. Thank you for the roses, love. All right. So I have Leah, Catherine, Billy, and Emily. I'm glad you guys liked the makeup this evening. I wasn't sure about it, but it started going this way, and this is what we went with. Yeah. You're welcome, sweetheart. Hey, girl, how are you? Woo! I'm just going to slide a card right down my arm like that. Y'all, maybe YouTube caught it, but it was like, okay. All right. So for those of you guys first just joining me, oh, now there's an interesting piece. 3 that have been a staple tonight, and one that, okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about it. So every Friday night, guys, I put on the full face paint, and this is what you get. Maybe not this. Every week it's different. So yeah, every week it's different, but this is what you get. I mean, you can't be a good Norse Celtic soothsayer without all of this, right? Like, you got to look the part. Plus, it gives me a reason to do it. I literally would totally walk around like this. I would. All right, ready? So you have the loyalty card. And then here's how this stuff falls, okay? You have the white ribbon here. You have the shell up here, and it's like this, sideways. You have the pine cone over here. We're going to talk about that thing right there in a minute. And this down here, remember how this has looked like a spider throughout this whole thing? To me, right now, it's upside down. Like, remember how it looked like an angel or a pixie or a fae or whatever a while ago? It looks like that again, but it's upside down. And then the thing I said that is interesting is this. So that's why I said, oh, this is something we haven't seen tonight. This is a rattlesnake rib bone. The way that all these other things are, with that being upside down, with the white ribbon for purifying and banishing something out of your life, and the loyalty card right there, this tells me that you're being loyal to something that literally is poisoning where you're going. Because this in particular, in this bone kit, the snake represents rebirth and so on. The rattlesnake, however, represents somebody actively working against you, somebody poisoning the things that you are trying to do, you are trying to accomplish. So you are holding loyalty to something that is literally poisoning your path moving forward. So that's why your path is over here, but yet protection is over here, going with the flow is over here. It's kind of like your path is never solidifying where it needs to be. It could absolutely be like that. It's something. I mean, it could be someone, it could be a situation. There is something though that is that has to be purified. Like, it's even holding back your protection and everything. So the longer that you are around this, the more it's going to make. So instead of your path being like this, it's like it's just that. It's literally rotting it away. So what I would recommend, love, I would recommend calling your energy back. I would recommend doing a meditation and literally envisioning pulling all of your stuff back. I've been thinking about doing just a guided thing on here for people to pull their energy back. But what sucks is if people come in the middle, they're not going to get the benefit. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to miss the first part of it. So I may hold one on Patreon or something like that that's more private, and then you don't have trolls or whatever. But you need to do something to call your energy back. You need to call your energy back, and you need to cut off the person, the situation, that whatever this is, it needs to be cut. Because I have a feeling that whatever this is, seeing that rattlesnake rib bone right there tells me that they're not going to let go. If it's a person, if it's a situation, it's not going to let go very easy. at all. If it's a person, they're not letting go, period. So in calling your energy back, you're actually going to have to cut that cord. You're going to have to cut that tie, that energetic tie, and let them keep a little bit, like pull it as much as you can. And like a rubber band, snap, like cut it up there and let it snap and fucking whack them in the face. Okay. Gotcha. It absolutely could be. Yeah. So you've got to call your energy back, sweetheart. You've got to call your energy back. And I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. But yeah, there's something that's literally poisoning your path and going forward. So, there we go. I didn't think I was going to yawn. And I took a deep breath. And I was like, hey, you need to yawn now. Yawn. So, I think it's going to be easier than you realize. But it's just, some people think that they have to pull all of their energy back, that they can't cut it and snap a little bit off. You absolutely can. You can replenish your energy. What you can't replenish is them continuing to poison your path. So stop being so loyal to that person and that situation. Yeah, it absolutely can be boundaries too. I would imagine so, babe. I would imagine there is a lot of anger that goes with that. It's a lot of inner work because there's no way to really get closure from that. Like you can't get closure from that person. So yeah, I completely understand, sweetheart. So, well, just pay attention. I may do one of those here on TikTok. I don't know yet. So yeah, because like I said, if somebody comes in the middle, they're not going to get the full benefit. You know what I mean? So, all right, Miss Catherine Adams. So I have Catherine, Billy, and Emily. Well, that was my fault. Let me try that again because I literally just dumped the whole bag out. And that's like everything. There you go. You got it, all of it, everything. Like that would take me a while to read. I mean, I literally was just like, bleh. Been a big day today. Okay, I understand that then. I mean, and still a whole bunch of stuff right here. Okay. Weird, tiny little feather, like super tiny feather. Okay. All right. Okay, you ready? Sorry, you ready? You ready? You literally have the transformation card. This is why I started laughing when I looked at what it was. You have the transformation card. You have the transformation card. All of this over here has to do with that. It's not the pine cone. You didn't get the pine cone. I actually figured you probably would too, and I thought it was at first, but you didn't. You have the other things that have been coming out all night. You have the block, the wood, you have the green ribbon, the white ribbon, the shell, and the star anise. And it neither looks like a spider or an angel right now. It's just star anise. So it's just star anise. I mean, actually, the way it looks on TikTok, it totally looks like a spider. But to me, as the reader, it doesn't look like anything but the star anise, and I'm okay with that. So this transformation, love. It's going to cause a lot of things to happen at one time. So it's literally like an ascension to where everything goes at once. And I almost said get your big kid pants on, but I don't think it's going to matter because it's just going to happen. So all of these things have to happen at the same time. Okay, are you ready? All of these have to happen at the same time. You have to ground yourself. You have to get back in touch with the elements, and you have to get back in touch with your own spirit. You also have a whole bunch of things you have to heal from at the same time. You also have to put your feet down, your foot down, and say, no, this is where I'm going. This is the path that I need to be on right now. And it's not so much you choosing your spiritual path, it's you choosing a direction, basically, because the shell is upside down. So it tells me this is not the time for you to just go with the flow. Like you have to put your feet down. The fourth thing is that you have a lot of things that you have to purify out of your life. Like you have to purify. Underlying all of this is why I said I'm glad that this is just the star anise right now. It's not a spider or an angel or anything else. Because all those four things, it's a lot. It's a lot. And they all have to happen at the same time, like in conjunction with the other. So know that you are amazingly protected spiritually as you go forward, sweetheart. It's not going to feel like it. It's going to feel like utter chaos and like you're just literally changing night and day. But you are amazingly protected as you go forward. So when you're going through this transformation and you feel disconnected and you feel like, I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now, all of this stuff is shifting and it's crazy. Gotcha. That's where this comes from. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. That was probably what shoved you into this. So I'm sorry. Sorry and not sorry at the same time. But this right here, it's a lot and it is an ascension. So I'm just letting you know. But know that you are amazingly spiritually protected as you go through it. So, oh, well, good. I'm glad that you needed it badly. I'm glad. That makes me happy. So, see, this is why I hate bras. Bras are stupid. Okay. Like all night, it's been fine. And then it's like, hey, let me go down your shoulder until you get irritated. Well, you are going through a massive transformation for a reason. Aww. I'm glad. Well, now you know you have all this shit that has to be done at the same time. I'm glad that it did in a good way, sweetheart. Like, I hope it's in a good way, yeah? That freedom swing. Oh, no. All right. Miss Billy. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. That's too many. That's how it tends to happen. It's like, here's all of the things. Kabam. So, yeah. Really? All right. That's too many. So, Billy, you're going to have to forgive me and tell me what you prefer, if he or she, because one of my best friends in Seattle's name is Billy. And so I assume every Billy is a she. So please forgive me and you'll have to let me know what you prefer, because otherwise I'm just going to call you she, because that's where my brain goes, because my Billy is a she. So please forgive me. All right. Or I can just call you Billy Sue, either one. I can just say. And see, now that I griped at the cards, they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to give you anything. You can take 50 or you can take none. If you came in and the reading that someone is doing, me or anybody else, resonates with you, then you are probably meant to hear it. You have a Billy in Seattle, huh? My Billy is in Everett. right, Billy, you ready? So you have the messenger and the diplomat upside down. And then you have perpetual desire right side up. Then you have the blue ribbon, the muskrat tooth. I'm going to pull them down like this. And you have the imperial jasper. So, okay. You have been ignoring some signs, love. With ignoring these signs, what's funny is I'm actually not griping at you at ignoring the signs. Because in ignoring the signs, it's put you in this state of continually, it's almost like continually being driven to move forward and learn. And this just fire under you to move forward. Okay. So I have a feeling that the signs you've been ignoring, when they were popping up, it's like, they were signs and you saw them and you were like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. And then you have this beautiful blue ribbon. You have this muskrat tooth and you have this imperial jasper. So the imperial jasper, and like the blue ribbon is pointing down, the muskrat tooth is on top. You're being really diligent with learning. You're being really, really diligent with, you're being really diligent with moving forward, with learning, with growing, with paying attention to everything, It's absolutely developing this badass ruler energy. And by ruler, I don't mean like putting your thumb on somebody's ruler. I mean like this badass, all-powerful king, queen energy. So I am going to tell you that I am proud of you for ignoring those signs, because as I've mentioned a few times tonight, there are some guides and there are some things, some people, etc., that good for you. Good for you. I'm glad you ignored these signs. I'm glad that you're keeping yourself in this perpetual state of boss ass energy. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Like, I'm sorry to hear that you had to, unfortunately, I understand. I was married 15 years. And so, thank you, love. I was married 15, so I understand the pain of walking away, because that's a long time. A decade is a long time to be with somebody. That's a lot of your energy and time that was put into that relationship. But love, this is me and the universe saying that we're so proud of you. We're so proud of you for walking away and for moving forward. And know that it is absolutely developing this amazing boss ass energy over here. So I love it. So yeah, I love this. And I'm proud of you, love. Keep being diligent and keep protecting your focus and your peace. Thank you, love. So yeah, you keep doing you, love. It's exactly the path that you're supposed to be on right now. And I'm glad that you stuck around and waited for so long. Thank you for the roses, love. So good. I'm so glad that it's the confirmation you needed, honey. Apparently, you really, really needed to hear it. and hopefully somebody else needed to hear it too. I see y'all. I see how many of y'all are in here. I love that you want something grounding and you're drawn to the elemental teas. So the earth-based tea is extremely grounding. If you guys order any of the elemental teas that are on my site, the herbs that are in them are associated with that element. So in the earth tea, all the herbs in the earth tea are associated with the earth element. Air, fire, wind, all of that. So yeah. So there you go. The earth tea would be extremely grounding. So for calling back the energy, what I would say would be there are some great guided meditations on YouTube. I would absolutely go. And so here's what I recommend, guys. If you're looking for meditations on YouTube, find a couple and then listen to the first little bit, like listen to the person's voice if it's guided, or the music or whatever. Listen to the first 15-20 seconds and then skip to the middle and listen to the middle, because that's the part where if you fall asleep, if it's like an all night thing, that's the part where you're going to be in some really sound sleep. That's the part where if you're awake and you're doing a guided meditation, that is the part that's going to be really guiding you when you're deep down in that meditation. If you get to the middle and it annoys the shit out of you, find another one. There are so many on there. It is not worth waking up with a headache or having a bad meditation. So yeah. Miss Emily, are you ready? You're my last one. Woo! And then I'm going to drop all the cards. Not all, but like that. Aw. Well, I'm so glad that you waited, love. Thank you. Woo. And of course, we'll put it just the way it felt. Well, yay. Well, we're happy to have you here. You came in on an interesting night, because normally I just do cards on Norse Reads, and I decided to do the Bone and Charm kit too. So guys, if you want to order one of these, I'll show you what all's in here in just a minute, but these Bone and Charm kits are on my site. So yeah. All right, girly. Let me get a drink before I start this. So I do see where you're going through a fuck ton of shit. Okay. So you have earth and femininity right here upside down. Like right here. And it's whopper jawed, not upside down, whopper jawed. Okay. I see why it's like that. Gotcha. So when I see a card like this, it tells me that it's moving like that. Okay. So being that is earth and fertility and family, it tells me that you're headed into that free fall I was talking about. Over here, you have the red ribbon, you have the silver ribbon, you have the green ribbon, and then you have the pine cone right in the middle of all of that. Okay. Well, love, you are absolutely fixing to go into a free fall. I think that you're probably already there. I don't think you've realized that you realize you're completely in free fall. But when this happens, it's going to illuminate a lot of things that you need to heal from, to let go of, to integrate back into yourself. So shadow work, inner child work, etc. It's going to illuminate a lot of that for you. When that happens, it's also going to shove you forward in a wonderful, floaty, free fall way. Okay? In a wonderful, floaty, free fall way. Because that red there, in this case, represents action. It represents the good part of the red. It represents movement. It represents moving out of stagnation. The silver right there represents you moving forward spiritually. Oh, well, I'm glad it's in a good way. Yeah, you guys, if you tell me that I made you cry or something, please, please, please tell me that it's in a good way, because then I'll be upset the rest of the night, like, oh my God, I made you cry. So this is going to put you on a path, because the pine cone is exactly sideways right here. This is going to put you on a path for you hitting that first. I don't know if you heard me talk a while ago about how it's like every soul has this little line and there's little dots that you have to hit, little check marks you have to hit for something you have to learn in this life. So this free fall is part of what you have to learn in this life, is to learn to let go and to just enjoy the fall, enjoy the ride. Because just because it's a free fall, just because you're loose and you're floating and you're enjoying it, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's only bad if you make it bad. So, yeah. It's only bad if you make it bad. Aww. Well, I'm hoping that it was good cries tonight, guys, and not bad cries, because I don't ever want to make anybody bad cry. Being lost is sometimes the best part of the journey. You don't have a path. You don't have a direction. It's like being a spiritual gypsy. Just saying. Just enjoy it. Just embrace it. Be crazy. Be crazy. Enjoy it. Embrace all of it. You might like it. You might find you want to stay there. So, gotcha. And so you've probably been fighting against it, I assume. Thank you, love. Gotcha. Okay. So a lot of times when the world and society and our parents and school and everybody tells us that we have to have a path. You have to know where you're going. You have to make a decision. Like, we start asking kids when they're little bitty, before they ever get in school and know how many fucking jobs and careers are out there. We start asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm guilty of that too. You know, everybody's guilty of that too. We always want to know what little kids want to be. But it's just, in my opinion now, it's solidifying in their brain that they have to make a choice, that they have to decide something, and they have to start working for it right now. And so you have these kids that they start working towards something that as they get towards it, they're like, I don't want to do this. So, yeah. You have to act this way. You have to look this way. You have to do this, and you have to do that. And it's not. Yeah. Enjoy the free fall, guys. It took me a while to learn to embrace mine. And of course, like I said, when I did, it was like, okay, and now you're on your path. And I was like, fuck, I kind of like the free fall. But when you start really, really enjoying it, and when you start really just accepting it and leaning into it, lean into the wind, love. You'll find exactly where you're supposed to be. Exactly where you're supposed to be. So I'm so sorry that you've felt that way for so long. So it also tells me that you might be a little stubborn. You are so welcome, honey. You are so welcome. I'm so glad that you waited to hear this in person, because I feel like this right here was much, much better in person, where I can read your comments and reply to you and so on. And I wish I could give you a humongous hug. And so I'm sending a big hug through Big hug through here. This is one thing I miss about, like, I wish I could do like in-person readings for all of you, just like zap you right here in front of me, and then I can hug you, and then, you know, it'd be okay. Thank you, sweet pea. I don't think that enough people hug people even before COVID. So yeah. So, well, loves, with that, woo, let me start getting to here. Ooh, now we're into 4 hours of dark folk music. I think this is one of my other favorite ones. Oh yeah, it's one of my other favorite ones. Well, guys, I am going to get off here because I have been on YouTube and TikTok for 3 hours. 3 hours now. And I'm going to have some food DoorDashed because my kid wants McDonald's. And yeah. So don't forget, March Madness on the site, 20% off of everything. Most of the events are up. There's a few that I haven't had confirmation back on dates, so I'm kind of waiting. This is for the Shamanic Retreats, guys. But if you guys want to get in on any of those, do your RSVP. And oh yes, show you guys the bag. Yes. So if you guys order one of the bone kits off my site, it comes in. This one just got feathers on it. Excuse me, but it comes in this black velvet bag. And we'll actually dump it out. So it has a mini ribbon reading kit in it. I'm trying to hold them all up here. So it has all of these colors in it. All of the primaries plus silver and gold. Obviously our friend the pine cone. And our friend the wood block. And our friend the star anise seashell. Here's some of the things y'all didn't see. And this is what cracks me up because I was actively trying to pull some of these out. So we have the banded agate, and all of the kits have this in them. It also has a slice of imperial jasper. It also has a dyed red quartz. And this one in this kit is not the good thing. Like, you don't want to see it. So I'm kind of glad we didn't see it. The other thing you really don't want to see that much is the rattlesnake rib, which is in there. There is also a coyote tooth. There is a bobcat knuckle bone. There is a turtle bone. There is a muskrat tooth. There is a badger tooth. If I run out of badger teeth, they end up being fox fangs. And there is also a cherry pit in there. Don't worry, I didn't eat it. It got cut out. So yeah. It also comes with instructions on what everything means and how to decipher all of it. So yeah. But it is a great beginner kit. You can add your own things to it. So that's kind of why I designed it that way, because it has the I just lost my words. The ribbon reading kit in it. It also has some crystals. It has some bones and things like that. So you guys can go through and build on it, add your own charms, add whatever you want. So yeah, it's a great beginner kit, and it will help you build on it. So, yes. So, in that, I am going to go. I'm going to go get some food and sit around in my makeup because I don't want to wash it off because I really like the way it looks, especially on that side. It does make me wish my head was shaved on this side. But I'm not going to shave it just for makeup. So you guys have a great evening. And don't forget, if you want to re-listen to your reading, it is on YouTube. And I will probably